Ladies and gentlemen, we are back into the Gimle tournament. And today we will be going over to the loser's bracket. And I'm very surprised to find the broadsword here. And I'm even more surprised that it's my fault. Well, it was a fair fight, but still, it's a very strong design. And the lightweight flaming sled was also a very interesting design, which, it's so cheap. It's 1 million materials, and it happens also to be my fault this thing is here. Because it lost against the Magnus Gladius, and I think the Magnus Gladius had a really good matchup versus this thing, because using fast plasma on something like this is of course very optimal. Now, to review here a little bit, these are not water tanks. No, they are indeed not. Maybe we should actually check it out a little bit to see this is how the turret look like actually. And here you can see like the connection platform. These seem to be actually connecting rods, and then we have auxiliary connecting rods going on the side like this. Very smart. Oh, and hidden heat decoys in the air like that. Well, cool. I don't know if I actually looked at this thing like this before. In any case, this is built by IMP, and it is the Moskito, or lightweight flaming sled. 1 million, has 1400 firepower, where half of that is flamethrower, and half of that is spammy APS. So obviously this is a close range type fighter, and it will go up against the broadsword. And the broadsword, you may remember, it has been very awesome when we've seen it in the earlier battles. It's 2.2 million, it has 2000 firepower, and it uses APS only. It uses pretty slow APS as well. I think we actually should... let me actually turn on this type of camera here so you can see how it looks like actually. So here we got the shell speed is basically as fast as cram shells. And if we check here, we got narrow frag. It's just frag. We got wide frag, also just frag. And we got some munition defenses against incoming shots. They're not going to be used this round, of course, because, yeah, we don't have... This thing doesn't produce anything the munition defense can shoot at, basically. And the Project Broadsword is, of course, built by Scrabas. And, yeah, we should be lowering our settings and getting to the tournament area and have them battle their differences out. Here we are at the tournament area, so let the battle commence. This is an airship, so we spawn it in airship territory. Oh, we do actually have tiny... Oh, these are annoying missiles. They are not really dealing much damage. I wonder if the munition defenses are gonna act on them. Oh, look at this barrage, man. The lightweight flaming sled is bopping up and down and being evasive. Ooh, wow. It's being so outmatched in firepower. But the lightweight flaming sled, I mean, it's pretty impressive, this lightweight flaming sled. The Moskito has like 1400 firepower, considering it's basically half the cost. Oh, bam, it's taking so many hits. The Project Broadsword is pretty fast, man. But honestly, since I know how brutal the broadsword is, I'm a little bit surprised the Moskito is still alive here. Its APS is spamming all over the place. But ladies and gentlemen, the broadsword has really thick armor. We are not joking around with the armor thickness on that thing. Okay. Is it gonna get in close? It seems like 2 of the flamethrowers are absolutely offline. Oh my. Oh my. It's not quite getting there, is it? It's just not quite getting there. It's a little bit too slow. Oh no, we are starting to apply fire. But, it's kinda damaged. The lightweight flaming sled just entered despawn territory and the Project Broadsword sits very conveniently at 98%. My ladies and gentlemen, that is quite extreme. That's quite extreme. So I guess we'll have to go to the next battle and see if the broadsword was just lucky or not. Here we are for round 2. So let it start. We're immediately starting to fire. At this range, it's pretty unlikely that we're hitting anything really. Oh, but yeah, they're coming in here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's a very scary chemical shells coming in there. Will it... Oh no, it goes for the same kind of direction here. Looks like some shells despawned in air. I think we may have too many shells in play right now. That's the reason. And it's just not really getting into range. Oh, bam. Lightweight flaming sled is losing health fast here. 92%. It's so far away. Interesting, it just doesn't keep up the speed here. And this, like... I think we should call this battery for a Scrabus organ. It's just low velocity kinetic projectile. I mean, they are chemical projectiles. 86%, and we are not getting close. Oh yeah. This is gonna be one of those shorter battles, I see. Look at that, 76. Oh, bam. Gone. It's gone. Congratulations, Carabas. Project Broadsword, she is indeed putting up a good fight. As said, I was very surprised to find the Project Broadsword in the loser's bracket. So I think it will go very far in the loser's bracket, maybe even to the finals. Well, to spice up the last battle, I think we must see if Project Broadsword can handle 2 Moskitos. Alright, and here we are for the third battle, which is of course just for fun. Project Broadsword, she already won this battle. So big congratulations, but of course we need to check if 2 of them can do something against it. It will be very interesting. Now they are actually equally matched in terms of materials. So that is quite exciting. Before, the Moskito was basically outcosted 2-1. You know, so it is a very cheap design, but in the Gimle tournament we didn't allow multiple ships to battle, and you know, the lightweight flaming sled won against the Gimle, so it's not a joke by any means. It's not a joke. Just applied a little bit of fire, it couldn't stay on target. Yeah, this type of APS frag damage just shreds the Moskitos very hard and rapidly. What can we say more that it's a brutal fight. You know, have you checked out the GMODISM channel, by the way? Like, I started to make some videos on there, so I think when you're watching this, it's at least 4 videos out already, which basically goes through some showcase-ish content, looking at almost completely finished and sometimes finalized builds, which I'm gonna use in the Nether campaign. I know, I have been postponing playing the Netro campaign for like ages. But you know, I see so many people play the Netro campaign, and it seems fun. I haven't touched it in 10 years, and now Borderwise started. I mean, maybe he's done by now. I don't know. When this comes out, if you're not in the Ecclesiarchy, in that case, very thank you. And then you're a YouTube member and can watch this in early access. But when this comes out for everyone, he might already be finished with the campaign. That's possible. But it's just so inspiring seeing him there, and like. Previous years we had Martin Sedopans getting in there and also getting a lot of new players into the game as well, which was great. But yeah, I have been wanting to play the campaign for many years, but now I feel like, man, I should at least build the units I need to play the campaign, because I was missing a couple of designs. And that's basically, you have to go to the GMODISM channel and you can check out me checking out my own builds and sometimes building on them as well, to really provide the second chapter Frontier Fleet fully fledged, so we can actually tackle the Netter. Well, it's pretty interesting to see here the lightweight flaming sled, the Moskito. One has gotten pretty close here, and this is not joke flamers. This is not joke fire. This deals serious damage, my ladies and gentlemen. And combining this with fragmentation is of course very optimal, since the fire damage with Oxidizer, which the Moskito does use, lower the armor class on the blocks which do get damaged, and fragmentations have only 4 armor piercing value, which means that damaging the armor class of the blocks is really great if you're gonna follow up with incendiary damage. It's a little bit like the Fafnir does. It uses incendiary missiles and then it follows up with, yes, frag missiles as well, but also sandblasters. Yeah. Anyways. Very interesting to see. We're getting in here and the Project Broadsword is at like 80%, so wow. The lightweight flaming sleds are actually in the lead when we put them 2-1 like this. And as said, this is actually the more fair battle. We are... they are materially on equal footing. But, you know, it was up to Imp. He knew that he submitted a ship which was basically half of what it could cost. But he did it anyways, and he managed to win over the Gimle over that, and we just have to applaud him for that. That was brutal. That was such a feat. So that's definitely a feather in the hat for Imp. Making a ship so cheap that can beat the Gimle is highly impressive. It couldn't beat the Project Broadsword, which is no surprise. I'm very surprised, as said, to find it in the loser's bracket. But yeah. That unfortunately means that we won't be seeing any more of the lightweight flaming sled in this tournament. It will be eliminated, because losing in the loser's bracket means you're out. It has now lost 2 of its battles it participated in. And that's a bit sad, because I would have definitely wanted to see the lightweight flaming sled tackle the 1 kilometer wonder, because I know that this thing would probably burn it down. And considering the amazing performance of the memeable 1 kilometer wonder, I kind of want to see it burn a little bit, you know, don't you? Well, in any case, I just want to say big thank you all to those who are supporting the channel every month, and as said, everyone in the Ecclesiarchy, YouTube members, but of course our commissioned officers in the army of GMODISM, the bulk of our supporters, and that we have most notably Commodore the all-round gamer, Commanders Ali, Ben Wilke, Cameron Dixon, Sven van der Velde, Lieutenants Ali, Lieutenant Ali is a commander now, Lieutenants Anto, Cravey, Daniel Saikin, JD Visage, I can't speak English, Owen, Vincent Veritas Volkite, and Scooberox. Well, there we have it. And I completely missed looking at the battle now, but you did at least, so that's nice. Project Broadsword won this against 2 lightweight flaming sleds anyways. Well, cool to see. And with that, I will just say big thanks for watching, and if you want to check out those videos I talked about, click on the bronze icon on screen, you go to the GMODISM channel, and you subscribe there, because you probably want to stay tuned for our very nice little From the Depth content, which is there exclusively. So yeah, some is on the GMODISM channel, and some is on the GMODISM. Some is on the GMODISM, and some is the You know what? I should stop speaking English and hide in some Swedish hole somewhere and only speak Swedish. Yes. See you next time.